Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And what we're going to talk about tonight is yet another public official. This time, a DA is coming out against Gavin Newsom's new gun control law extraordinaire, basically saying it's completely pointless, it's going to have no effect, and you're full of it. If you don't believe me, watch this entire video. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and that now makes a sheriff and a DA. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are distributing freedom twice daily, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. All right, my brothers and sisters, so what we're going to talk about tonight is building on the prior video we did with the sheriff that basically threw Newsom under the bus as ineffectual and quite dumb. Well, this DA and the sheriff together are taking one of these bad boys and pretty much doing this to their new gun control push. Because we all see what this is. This is just more effort to Gavin Newsom to get his ambitions met on a presidential ticket without saying it. It's kind of like one of those things, right? Well, let's dive into this, because if you saw the video with the sheriff, he hit some pretty important things in a press conference. The video is from yesterday. You can check it out. But now let's throw the DA in there, and what they're saying is holding no punches either. Major California law enforcement officials decry Newsom's new gun control law as pointless and ineffective. The Fresno County DA and sheriff claimed the state's new restrictions for concealed carry holders do not stop those who commit gun crime. Well, first of all, it's not gun crime, it's crime that uses a gun. There is a difference. As Tim likes to say, IOVs, or inanimate object violence. So, we covered the sheriff. Now let's cover the DA. Fresno County Sheriff John Zanoni and District Attorney Lisa Smitkamp, this is who we're going to focus on, spoke out against Newsom after he signed Senate Bill 2 into law this week. A law which makes it harder for California residents to obtain their concealed carry permits. We hit that pretty thoroughly. Both officials argue that the law doesn't penalize those who commit the majority of gun crimes, those who have illegally obtained firearms. Again, basically speaking to the point of criminals are going to criminal, tyrants are going to tyrant, and the law-abiding are the one that get the laws and the penalties. It's kind of the way that it works, right? But let's dive into this, because they're hitting on something really important to understand. Both Smitkamp and Zanoni told a local outlet they will enforce the law, but criticize its utility for preventing gun crime. Skirt! You have the option to enforce it or not enforce it, as a DA and as a sheriff. You do not have to do this. Now, they are kind of hiding behind the idea of, well, I don't agree with it, and yes, it's stupid, and it's completely ineffectual, and it's a bit of an infringement, but it's the law. I have to do it. This must be a California thing, because we saw in New Mexico when that tyrant did her actions, the DAs, the sheriffs, the mayors, and the attorney generals all were like, that's not happening, I'm not doing it. It's a little different in California, but, I mean, I guess it is California. But, you know, can't pick my allies. According to the local California news site, yourcentralvalley.com, Smitkamp declared, this law is not going to make people safer. It just isn't. That is the district attorney saying it. Now, as she continues, because I think this is a pretty key point, she argued that the law targets the wrong people, going back to what I just said. Quote, less than 2% of the crimes that are committed with guns in the United States are committed by lawful gun owners. Less than 2%. So why are we doing all of these laws to impact them while the criminals are walking around scot-free with no consequences? The sheriff's about to hit that in a second, and the same thing, because he kind of doubled down. You're speaking to something that everyone needs to know and everyone is now seeing, because when these governors from California and New Mexico and Illinois and New York, the more that they infringe and attack the lawful, the more it becomes obvious this is not about criminal control, this is about gun control. That's the point. That's why we cover these things. It shows you for who they truly are, because it does not do what they say it's going to do, and they go at it with a full-throated moral equivalency to the Pope. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see. What do I want to say here? Yes. Zanoni agreed with the DA, noting that people who commit most of the gun crimes won't be abiding by these restrictions imposed by the governor, reaffirming what we've already said and known and discussed multiple times. He said, quote, criminals will carry their guns wherever. We arrest people on a daily basis who are convicted felons who are gang members who aren't supposed to carry guns, but they have them. These are the individuals that need to be targeted by gun laws and more restrictive laws and stronger sentencing guidelines, not CCW holders. This part right here. He also noted that those incarcerated for these gun crimes are being let out of jail the same day they are arrested. So the same people who are passing laws around concealed carriers where you can't carry it, the penalization, the increased taxes, all of that against lawful gun owners who are embracing the Second Amendment. And the whole points to prevent crime are also the people passing laws that allow these exact same people to violate the laws that they just passed around gun crime and gun ownership, and then letting them out the exact same day. What? You're creating a problem. You're then penalizing the lawful. You're attempting to arrest the criminals. The criminals get off scot-free the next day or the same day for the gun crimes of which you were still penalizing the lawful. Does this sound right on any universe? And that's the key point. The more you say this, the more you explain this, the more you see this, the more it smacks of something beyond what they're telling you. It's stupid, and everyone knows it's stupid. That's the point. That's how you address these things when you're talking to people in the middle. Why would you do this? This doesn't even make any sense. Even the DAs and the sheriffs are saying it doesn't make sense, but they still do it. Why? It's an incredibly powerful negotiation conversation. But let's continue. I got one more thing from Schmidt-Camp. Schmidt-Camp accused Newsom and Attorney General Rob Bonta, who supported the bill, of confusing citizens on the nature of gun crime. She stated, quote, "They're really just bamboozling people into thinking that this is the population of people who are committing most of the gun crimes, and that is really where I have most of the problem." Schmidt-Camp told the outlet that in her entire career as DA, she has only seen one concealed carry permit holder charged with homicide, though that individual was never convicted of the crime. 1%, 2%. All of these numbers are minuscule, and yet they still go after the broad base of gun ownership. Why? And that's why I bring it to you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.